And we are live. What's going on, Biomania? BioEX1 is back in the house once again. And this is another insane live stream video on the BioEX1 Show. Now, before I start this video, I just wanted to okay, first things first, can anybody hear me with these microphones on, you know? Can anybody hear me? Mic check 1 2, mic check 1 2. I know there's like a green bar, like talking. If you hear me, please say yes. If not, just hear you or still no sound. I'm going to be double checking my phone right here to see the comments. A second. Yes, my sound is on. The sound is on, so I'm good. I'm good. You know, I'm always have to double and triple check things because, you know, still a YouTuber, not really a live streamer, even though I live stream a few times, but I'm still mostly a YouTuber that uploads most videos. Okay, so how's everyone been doing on this lovely evening? Before I move on to the situation, what's going on, I just want to give a huge apology to each and every one of my fans that I started this late. I am 4 hours and 34 minutes late. I was extremely busy. I had a very busy day. Also, I got invited for like this small party, which that was like unexpected. There was a small, well, not actually a party, but there was this thing that just came up. You know, I just received a phone call from one of my dad's relatives, my pop's relatives, and you know, I got to swing by this place and just chill there for a couple hours. And you know, I had to do some laundry, and I know I had a very super duper cooper busy day. Probably maybe the most busiest Sunday. So again, I want to apologize to each and every one of you that was patiently waiting. Most of you thought that I was never going to live anymore, don't much because my internet sucks. Actually, I'm not even the owner of the internet. It's like my girl's sister. She's like the owner of the internet. Like, so. Year Am I on? Okay, therefore it's going to be very little to no people is going to show up, which that's totally fine. Okay. But oh yeah, I was about to do a top 10, but oh yeah, I already mentioned it already. So I'm just going to do this live as best as possible because again I lost track because of extra work, and just let you people know that I'm working tomorrow on Christmas Eve, and I'm working at Christmas this coming Tuesday. This coming Tuesday is Christmas. I am working on Christmas as well because I need to catch up of the missed days that I was sick during the flu virus that I had almost a couple weeks ago. So that's why I'm live stream right now and let y'all know. But anyway, the title of the video saying that what is your top favorite Christmas movie 2018? Which I was supposed to do a regular video. Apparently, I couldn't do it because I lost track. Well, I was supposed to do a top 10, but since we're doing this live stream, let's just go for it. So anyway, let's see. 0 viewers. Yeah, I am not surprised because I was like super late. But anyway, I'm just gonna move on as the best way as possible. Let me just get a drink first. All right, people. Let's begin. So many good Christmas movies in my mind. A few of them I don't like. Let's see, I could go Discord, right? Because I received messages from Discord about the let's just go Discord first. All right, I'm gonna go Discord. Let's just go to Bing because Bing is a awesome website. Don't get me wrong, Google is an awesome website too, but when it comes to searching something, Bing is actually better when it comes to searching because it loads faster and it's more private. Well, not that private, but still, it's a good website. You know, when we search for something, check out Bing. You know, even though Google could do more stuff on Google, like you can find more things. When it comes to like loading time, Bing is a lot faster. Like my homepage on both my GoPro laptop and my main computer is Bing. The settings, the homepage. I'll go Discord first because they mentioned it about their favorite Christmas movies. Yeah, I got some good ones. Um, I like the oh well, it is what it is. My phone right there. Shoot, loading a little slow. You know why loading is a little slow? Because of I'm live streaming. That's why. What was my last comment on? Oh, excuse me. Actually, you know what? Hold on. I don't go too far. I'm just gonna go slowly. Go slowly. Earlier, Christmas movies of all time. Action slash Christmas. But anyway, never mind. What the hell was that? Hey, you see that right behind me? That was freaky. That shit was freaky as hell. But I don't think they don't know that I'm live streaming. But yeah, Die Hard 1 is one of my top 10 favorite Christmas movies of all time. I don't have a list, you know. I wish I had wrote a list earlier, but again, I'm like too busy in life. Oh my shit! Oh, wow. Anyway, yeah, Die Hard. Well, Bruce Willis is a beast. I mean, he. Sorry about that, people. Again, again, my internet's crap. That's why I don't really live stream at all because my internet sucks, and I'm skipping because I'm looking at my mouth, and it's like freezing and skip, like something like that. But yeah, Die Hard's a classic. Definitely one of the top 10 best Christmas movies of all time. Even though some people don't consider it a Christmas movies, but it actually is a Christmas movie. Let me just pull it down right here. Excuse me. Yeah, it's definitely one of the top. Like the storyline is not that difficult to follow up. It's actually totally easy. And I like easy and simple storylines, especially Die Hard. Like Bruce, okay, John McClane, right? Went to the Los Angeles to see his wife at the Yakko whatever tower, the Sears Tower, and they had some random conversation with about family manners or something like that. And then a group of terrorists just came by and then taken over the Yakko whatever building. And Bruce, John McClane actually went into like one of the vents trying to escape. And at first he called the police because he just wasn't sure, like what he's supposed to do, And then since the cops didn't like show up at first, he had to take matters in his own hands by taking out terrorists one by one by one. I mean, it is so awesome. If you, I'll let you look at the film yourself because I don't want to, spoil it. I mean, I'm pretty sure everyone sees Die Hard. It's a 1987 movie. I'm sure that a lot of people, or pretty much everyone, has saw it right now. But if you haven't seen the movie Die Hard, then I advise you to check it out. Just in case there's some few majorities of you haven't even checked Die Hard yet. I got 2 viewers already. Let me just check 2 viewers on my phone. Okay, shout out to Skate if he's ever going to come back. I don't know if Skate's going to come back. If not, then oh well. I got 3 viewers. Actually, I still got 2 viewers because you know what? Because the 3rd viewer is part of myself because I was just checking on my phone. So I don't know if that 3rd viewer count. It is cool then. Oh no, I went back to 2. So yeah, that 3rd viewer was myself because I was just checking. So anyway, Yippee-ki-yay, mofo. That movie is awesome. The last scene, right, that John McClane found out that this whole terrorist thing was a robbery, and the movie was great. I think it's, in my honest opinion, I believe like the first Die Hard, either the first one or the 4th one. It's a tie between those 2. Like I still think the first one is still my favorite Die Hard right now to this day. Best Die Hard / one of the best Christmas films of all time, and now I got 1 viewer again. Oh wow, tough shit. And I am lagging again. Now I have the bowl of water. Ho, ho, ho. Actually, remember that scene in the elevator when he killed one of the terrorists in the stairs, right, with his back? And he just took his machine gun and he put blood on his one of the terrorist shirt and says, "Now I have a machine gun." Ho ho, classic. But yeah, I think the first Die Hard, in my opinion, was slightly better than the 4th one. Although the 4th one is not like a Christmas movie, but it's just like rated PG-13, which is like totally different. Yeah, I'm sorry, excuse me about that. But yeah, Die Hard 1, that's a unique movie. Y'all gotta watch it. Just in case a few majorities of you or young people haven't even watched the first Die Hard, It's 1987, but believe me, the storyline that movie is amazing. Bruce Willis is an awesome actor. Shouts to Bruce Willis and shouts to Ice the Man for saying bringing up Die Hard. Let me go to my Discord again. I'll go to my Discord again. The Shadow Diamond says, I don't watch a lot of Christmas movies. I understand. It's your opinion. I respect that. I haven't watched one for years, so me either. Another vote, Die Hard. Okay, Bah Humbug says, another vote for Die Hard, although Christmas Vacation is a close second one. Christmas Vacation was a good movie. It is. Christmas Vacation is not my top 5. It's either like Vacation. The main actor who played that movie. What was that movie again? Christmas. He played, but yeah, Christmas Vacation. That was like a great movie. I haven't seen it in a long time. I remember I saw it when I was very young, you know. But it's been a while. I haven't seen Christmas Vacation. Christmas Vacation. I mean, this is not facts. It's just opinions. I have my favorite Christmas. I'll get that in a minute. Christmas Vacation was another one, you know. Oh, let's see. A M squirrel around. It was fast. And I like. Let me just check. Holly Jolly Neo. Okay. I don't know. Something must have happened. That's okay. One view names or something. Okay, now I got two. No, actually, that second view was actually me. So there you go. Back to one view. Yeah, I'm just checking. Yeah, probably the reason why like a lot of people are not showing up are spending because I came there so late. I'm not surprised that I came like 4 hours late. But I'm just gonna give you my top. I just want to say top 5 Christmas movies. I didn't wrote it down on this. You know, do a video about it, but I lost track, and I can't memorize like every single 10 of it. So I'm just gonna give you. Delete the video like that. Yeah, a lot of things just went down today. But I'm just gonna give you my top 5 favorite Christmas movies of all time, and hopefully maybe next year. My 5 favorite movies of all time. Number 5, one of my favorite actor. I actually got a couple of his movies on Blu-ray. And team, the Detroit team, to you know, to make it to the playoffs because his team is like bad. And another Will Ferrell movie, The Glory. That is an amazing movie. Go watch that one. But yeah, Elf. Elf is like it's a good Christmas. Any other Christmas movie, it's like mostly like straight up comedy, though. It doesn't have a strong, but it's like mostly comedy. I remember just seeing like Elf heard a woman in the shower, and this woman was singing her to herself, and Will Ferrell was like on the sink just singing along with her. And then when she was singing, she heard like someone's voice out there, and she saw him, and she started screaming, and he was screaming. Effective, and he went up close to her, and that thing just attacked them. That was another funny epic scene that I saw from that movie. This again, go check. I like it. Number 4. The most underrated Christmas movie I've ever seen, and it's great. I'm surprised that everyone like that makes YouTube videos about Christmas movie have talked, and I'm surprised the comment section did not mention about this movie. This was a great underrated Christmas movie, if not the greatest underrated Christmas movie of all time. I'm talking about surprised have not talked about this movie, and I'm surprised that a lot on the comment section have not mentioned about it. Fred Claus is my wife and I we watch it all the time, and what happened was right is that Fred when Fred and his little Bruce Bigelow, I forgot what's that actor's name. It's right, and when Fred wasn't like sure at first how this newborn's gonna be, but then be your best brother as possible. And then when they started to grow older, things started. But Fred Claus the most is because pet bird just flew away, and it just broke his heart. And his brother was like puzzled and don't know what was going on. And Fred was really pissed off. How pissed he was, he just threw a tomato right in his brother's back, right? And his brother was like, "What is wrong?" And the blue brother was like, "Nothing, you know." Excuse me, that was the water. And then after that, I think the narrator was saying that when Fred grew older, he grew like more grumpier and more meaner, stuff like that. And he hates Christmas, you know. And not long after that, what's that actor's name? Vince Vaughn. Yeah, Vince Vaughn. Vince Vaughn. He was looking at a statue of Santa Claus, and he was like, it's like he looked at like he was disgusted, and the little girl was like, "Hey, where you taking my TV?" And then after that, Fred was telling him something like, "It's best to watch out for your own self. This Santa Claus ain't gonna do nothing for you." Yada yada yada. I'll let you watch the whole movie because I don't want to go off tour. But then before Fred was moving, he just knocks the Santa Claus head out. And it was like a fake Santa Claus, like a decoration, and you know, during the scene, like everybody knows that Fred hates Christmas because of what happened between him and his little brother. Fred got in trouble, you know, that he was selling that he was getting money from without a permit, and he got like beat up and jumped by a whole bunch of Santa Claus. And then his little brother, you know, called him and see what's up because Fred got into a lot of trouble. And Fred decided to go to the North Pole and trying to help and support his brother. Although something went wrong, especially when like the supervisor came by and kind of like trying to ruin everything. He's like a distraction or something like that. I don't know how to explain it. It's kind of hard to me to explain the whole thing. Again, I advise you to watch the movie or buy it on Blu-ray or DVD and check it out yourself, or check out Netflix or Hulu, you know, for you high technology advancer. This dude with the fancy suit, the supervisor, he was trying to shut down Christmas, and the brother, he needs Fred's help. But during that time, they kind of like, I wouldn't say hate each other, but kind of dislike each other, you know, because Santa's trying to save Christmas, and he assumed Fred that he's trying to ruin Christmas. The snowball fight was just epic. It was just really, really epic. And at the end, Santa got hurt because from a stutter, because of a fight they were having. And it's time for Fred Claus to save Christmas, so he just went around the world just delivering presents, and mission accomplished, and it was like a happy ending. I advise you watch Fred Claus. Again, Fred Claus is the most underrated Christmas movie ever, and it's a really good one. I enjoy it. Trust me when I say it. Go watch Fred Claus. You'll enjoy it. That is my number 4th pick of top 5 favorite Christmas movie. Number 3 is Die Hard. Die Hard. Again, I explained Die Hard once before. I explain it again. Bruce Willis is a beast. He just kicked those terrorists' ass to save the Yakko's home. Well, almost saved it, because like the top of the building of the Yakko, whatever that building's name, it got destroyed by like some C4s and terrorists. And oh shit, almost knocked my camcorder. Oh, by the way, I'm going to use my camcorder again soon. You know, the terrorists blew like half of the roof off, and at the end, he survived from this evil villain by the name of Hans. Great Christmas movie. Great Christmas movie. My top 5 and top 3 favorite Christmas movie of all time. I advise y'all to watch the first Die Hard. Trust me when I say it, Die Hard is a classic biblical movie. You gotta love it. You know what? Hold on just a second. I wonder if anybody can hear me. I'm gonna check on the video. Hey, the legend, King Siggy. What is up, man? It's been a while, though. Hey, shouts to the legend, King Siggy. Hey, oh my God. Picture quality looks pretty good compared to here. I thought it was going to look a little crappy, but it looks pretty good. But yeah, well, my man. Yo, again, go check out his channel. He is a wonderful person. I still follow him on Facebook and Twitter. But yeah, he is a awesome YouTuber. You know, he's a well-respected person. You know, it's been a while that I haven't watched this video, but you know, he's a good man. He's a very good man. Trust me when I say it. King Siggy, if you're still watching this, I just want to say shouts to you. Merry Christmas as well. You're an awesome YouTuber. Cheers. And thank you for joining Biomania as well. Now then, my number 2 favorite Christmas movie of all time. The Grinch. Not the Dr. Seuss with Jim Carrey. That's probably my top 15 list of all time, or maybe some. I'm talking about the original 1966 version of The Grinch. That movie was one of the OG Christmas movies of all time. It's a great cartoon or anime Christmas movie. I advise you to watch it. In my honest opinion, the Grinch, the 1966 version, is better. And this is my opinion, is better than the Jim Carrey version. If you like the Jim Carrey version better than the 1966, good for you. I'm not going to argue with you on that one. You know, I'm not saying it's a bad movie. It's a very, very good movie. I thought that the original Grinch, the 1966, was better than the Jim Carrey version. You know, my honest opinion, no? Again, these are opinions, not facts, you know? I'm not going to... Facts and opinions don't match, so... the song of Mr. Grinch, I love it. It's just so epic funny. It's great. It's funny. You can listen to it over again. And the Grinch, you can actually listen. You can actually watch that movie over and over again. I mean, it is a great classic movie. If any of you subscribers of mine or my Biomania haven't seen the original Grinch, I advise you to watch it. It is a good Christmas movie. That's why it's on my #2 list. Oh, this is still on. Hold on, just a second. All right, just checking. And yeah, King Siggy, shouts to you again. Let me just drink my #1 water before I get to my #1. All right, people. My #1 favorite Christmas movie of all time is, drumroll please, that was just my Twitter message. But like I say, my #1 favorite Christmas movie of all time is a tie. That's right, people. A tie. My favorite Christmas movie, a tie, is Home Alone 1 and Home Alone 2. Home Alone 2, Lost in New York, and the original Home Alone. Not Home Alone 3, because Home Alone 3 is not Macaulay Culkin. Home Alone 3 is probably maybe my top 20 favorite Christmas movie of all time. Home Alone 1 and 2, starring Macaulay Culkin. That is my favorite Christmas movie of all time. I really enjoy that movie. When I first saw the original Home Alone, 1990, by Macaulay Culkin, well, they say like 1991, but it's originally made in 1990. And when I first saw the movie, I fell in love. It was a great childhood movie. When I was little, I saw that movie again and again and again and again. By the way, Home Alone was the original Home Alone by Macaulay Culkin was the same year was made. The 1990 the Home Alone was also made the same year as Edward Scissorhands was made. Edward Scissorhands is a great movie. I think Edward Scissorhands is like my top 10 or 15 favorite Christmas movie of all time. Edward Scissorhands and Home Alone were made the same year, but I like Home Alone better because not only Home Alone was the first movie I saw before Edward Scissorhands, but it was a great classic funny movie. And same thing with Home Alone 2, Lost in New York. You know what I just don't understand? Critics. A lot of critics, whatever. A lot of them don't know a great quality movie. I don't know why Home Alone 2 Lost in New York has to have a very low score. You know, compared to the first one, I thought the second one was actually slightly better than the first one. They're both very, very good, but I thought the second one was slightly better than the first one. But damn, it's like I don't know why I'm still shocked why they give Home Alone 2 Lost in New York a low score. But still, Home Alone 1 and 2, they were great movies. It's like my childhood, you know, and still it is right now to this day. It's one of my favorite childhood, movies. Oh, and by the way, I got 0 viewers. Maybe everybody's just too busy sleeping or something like that. It's Sunday. Everyone got work tomorrow, or well, most people got work tomorrow. But I gotta go work tomorrow, and I am working at Christmas. But that's okay. You know what? I'm just going to do this for fun. Like, what the hell is that sound? Oh, the Jill. Yeah, Kevin, you know, he wants to be part of family, and you know, he came down late to the pizza party. His favorite pizza, cheese pizza, is gone. Even though they got meatball, sausages, and mushrooms, but Kevin don't like that. He wants that cheese, that cheesy pizza. And then Buzz had to put all that cheese in his mouth like and then he was choking, and Kevin just tackled him down like he's a football player. He tackled him down like he was Frank Gore, and all hell broke loose, and everyone was like pissed at him, and Kevin was sleeping up in the attic in the third floor, and he said he wished all his family disappear. They didn't disappear, but they went on a trip to France, Paris, France. While Kevin McAllister, all alone by himself in the house, he was having a great time being by himself at first, but after a while, those 2 burglars trying to break into the home. One guy was Joe Pepsi, whatever his name is, and the other one was Marv. I forgot what the original. I've seen before. I forgot what his original name. I know his actor name is Marv, but I'm talking about his real name. But I know that actor. He stopped acting in somewhere in the mid-90s because he's like a multi-billionaire. He retired rich. Wow, how does that sound? That drilling sounds so distraction. So distracting and stuff like that. I can't even speak now because of this noise. Well, whatever it is. It's okay. I'm almost done. You know. Yeah, I know that. It's okay. I'm almost done anyway. But yeah, they tried to break the house, but they couldn't do it because Kevin was way too smart for them. He was way too smart for them. And then Kevin went to this other house, which the wet bandits, so-called the wet bandits, flooded earlier. I think this is Blue House, and they caught Kevin. But then this old man with a shovel just hit him right in the head. Both the wet bandits and the cops captured. You know, they caught them, and Kevin was by himself again. He was waiting for his parents the next day, and they didn't show up. You know, in the morning for a while after John Candy, rest his soul, rest in peace, dropped him off, and it was a happy ending. Well, almost, because Buzz's room got trashed by Kevin because Kevin was trying to get fireworks, and you know, he left Buzz's room a mess and stuff like that. And then there's Home Alone 2, Lost in New York. What do we call it? This time, you know, it starts. They were packing up to go to Florida as vacation. But first they had to do this like performance in school, which it went terribly because Buzz was like messing with him with these two candles, and then Kevin just pushed him down, and his mother, this way, Kevin, and the curtain was closing. But when they got to the house, it didn't got better because Kevin did not accept Buzz's apology, because I remember Buzz just came up to him and just whispered. I don't know, when Buzz came up to Kevin and whispered, "This beat that trouser." How can anybody that back then did not even heard or saw it? You know, I mean, were they just too busy staring at Kevin or something like that? But Kevin did not accept his apology. But then his grandpa, right, while trying to tell him something, like, "You better behave, young man, or else blah, blah, blah." And that kid said, "Oh, I didn't mean to spoil your trip, Mr. Cheapskate." That was just classic. That was a classic. Oh, it was bad. And then Kevin went back to the attic, and down that his mother and Kevin had a conversation, and says that Kevin says his whole family's a bunch of jerks, and then mother says that we don't want this mess happen again. Last season, it says Kevin was like, "Oh, I wish I had my own vacation, my own fun." And after that, and mother said, "I hope it happens," or something like that. Something like that. I don't know. And then the next day, right, they got into the vehicle. Kevin was there this time. He didn't get left in the house, right? They all went on the airport. But while they were in the airport, Kevin was like switching his batteries, and it's like, and then he was behind because their parents just got up ahead. But while their parents was running, right, the dad, right, he wears his jacket, the same jacket like the stranger did, right? That wears the same coat. I think it's like a light brown jacket, you know, not a jacket, but like a long coat. Kevin followed the stranger instead to Florida. He went to New York instead because of the stranger was wearing the same long coat as his dad, and he got in the wrong plane. And Kevin went to the wrong plane, and he went to New York City instead and not to Florida. And he knew he was by himself. But look at the bright side. He got a whole bunch of cash, money, and goodies on him. And right, oh, the internet's slowing down again. He went to Tribs, the World Trade Center, which the original World Trade Center, not the one that we got right now. He went to parks and all that fancy stuff, and then he went to this hotel, stayed there for a while, and after that, he went to Dunkin' Toy Chest. But during Dunkin' Toy Chest, right, these two crooks from the first Home Alone, they broke out of prison, which they mentioned in the newspaper earlier in the beginning of the movie. They broke out of prison, and they were like in New York City. And it's funny how they broke out of prison and Marv was stealing 13 cents from Santa Claus, and then they come so, "We're the Sticky Bandits." Like that. It's just like, but then they were in the toy chest, and after that, when they got out, they saw Kevin McAllister, and they chased Kevin McAllister all the way to the hotel. But the owner of the hotel, or the boss, saying that he was about to call police because Kevin got a stolen credit card, which wasn't really stolen. He just borrowed it, but they thought it was a stolen credit card or something like that. Kevin got away from those robbers easily, but then after that, right after the hotel, he just ran to those bandits again, and he got caught. And after that, it just wasn't right. He did escape from them, and he went to the park, and well, the bandits couldn't catch them. And Kevin was all alone in the streets of New York, and he went to this house that he thought like his other families was living there. And speaking of this other family, when Kevin's wife and husband found out that Kevin was in New York, they went straight to New York City instead and looked for Kevin himself. But Kevin was too busy setting up traps and booby traps, you know, for those robbers that was trying to get him. And fast forward, right? They couldn't catch him, and I think there was this end scene that the two robbers was climbing, the Sticky Bandits was climbing down the ropes, and Kevin set the rope on fire. They fell down. They got paint or glue over them. And they chased him down the street. Kevin slipped on ice, which it was like water from like a fire hydrant. And the sticky bandits got him. Hold on just a second. I want to see who else is in there because right after the sticky band got him, they just went to the park. One of them, Joe Pepsi, was about to blow his brains out, but then this homeless chick with the bird, right? She told Kevin to run, and she threw bird flu on those robbers, and those sticky bandits got like eaten by birds. So not really eaten, but the bird food on it. Again, was great. Oh shit! Hold on. Let's see. They were attacked by birds, and then the cops came by, and you know, they broke up the birds' feast, and they broke up the birds' feast, and they caught the sticky bandits. After that, Kevin went, you know, to the Rockefeller Stadium to saying that he just wish like a good Christmas or something like that. And then his mother found Kevin, and it was a happy ending. Well, almost a happy ending because when they went to the hotel, they had a bill, and Kevin owed over $900 for food service. It was crazy because I mean I know the food in that place was banging. Don't get me wrong, I could tell it was so good. It was banging. But damn, over $900? His final flip. It says, Kevin, you spent over $900 on full service, and after that, the credits roll, and I was That was Home Alone 2: Lost in New York. And there's Home Alone 3, but I ain't gonna discuss all that. I believe we're gonna wrap it up from here because, well, right now there's one viewer, and believe me, that's not me and stuff like that. I think I'm gonna wrap it up here for now on because I speak a lot. The reason why Home Alone 3 I didn't mention earlier because it's like from this other kid. It wasn't from Kevin McAllister. The first two Home Alone were brilliant. The third one was good, but it wasn't like the first two. I'm sorry, it wasn't. Maybe next year on Christmas time, right? Next year, Christmas time, I'll get ready and I will be ready to bring up my top 10 favorite Christmas movies, right? But right now, today, it's not the time. You know, life is too busy. I got work tomorrow, and I wasn't ready. That's why I had to do this live stream. And I believe we're going to cut it from here. Let me just check my phone one more time. Right? Let me just check my phone one more time. My internet is, oh no. Back online. Okay. Well, I will give a couple of shout outs. Actually, not much because, you know, nobody was watching. But it's okay. Part of it's my fault. You know, I lost track but because of life. But it is what it is. 0 viewers. Understandable. People are sleeping, got things to do tomorrow. I'll give a couple of shout outs. Only 2 shots I'm going to give is Skate and King Siggy. That's about it. And I'm just going to call it for today. And next year, again, I'll be ready for top 10 or top 50 Christmas movies. But this year's not the time. But, well, look at the bright side. At least I make one heck of a live stream show. This is Biological X1. Rate, comment, share, subscribe, hit notification. Oh, actually, I'll never put notification. Peace out, my Animaniacs. Stay animated, stay reactive, stay hungry, stay sexy, and get laid. And to each and every one of my Biomania, I just want to say to y'all, Merry Christmas. And I'll get back to my normal schedule right after Christmas. Have a great day and evening. Have fun. Enjoy your Christmas party. Enjoy having fun. Spend time with your family. Family is very important, right? And, you know, if you enjoy the holidays, hey, enjoy the holidays. Have fun. You only got one life to live. You know, just enjoy your life and spend more time with your families and stuff like that. I will, because my next video is going to be after Christmas. Biological X1 out. Good night, and I'll see you in the next video after Christmas. Peace.